My name is Alisha Budhrani, and I'm a final year student here at the University of Sunderland, majoring in Business Administration and Management. Before we get started, let me brief you on the video you're about to watch. It is Part C of my UGB331 course, Studying and Applying Critical Reflective Practice. Reflective practice has been known to be beneficial for personal and professional development. It has been used among students in the academic sense and managers in the workforce. As the purpose of this research and assessment piece is to develop reflexive consciousness, also known as self-awareness, this biography-style documentary has been divided into 3 phases: identification, development, and transformation. Phase 1, identification of personal knowledge representing what I was. This will be carried out in an interview style to reflect and review my past experiences, such as my upbringing and my early career life in entertainment. Let's take a look. So I was born and raised in Hong Kong. I went to school here my entire life for kindergarten, primary, and secondary school. I have an older sister, and I used to have so much fun with her growing up as well. I used to go to the garden every single day and play on the swings and the slides. My dad actually said I was a very carefree and fearless kind of young girl, and I used to live in the moment and enjoy and take in everything. As I was growing up, I was extremely hardworking. When I got homework in school, straight away go home, finish my homework. I was actually very emotional and sensitive. I cried a lot. Little things would get to me. And I think that a lot of these traits also came from my mom. She's a very emotional and sensitive person. She and I both, we can't really do things in life without putting our heart and soul into it. So I look at it as a positive. I was also very obedient. When my teacher told me to do 1, 2, 3 or ABC, I would do exactly as I was told. For me, taking a gap year after high school was a bit rebellious, but I decided to go for it because during my final year in high school, I had a few peers that were not the nicest to me. I got bullied in school, which I think drove my determination a lot more stronger. I always loved dancing, but at the age of 16 I started to discover the art of singing. I used to sing in the shower and I was like, whoa, you sound really good. So I kept practicing and I tried to mesh the two together. And in my final year of high school, I said, I need to take 1 year to really nourish this art. I can't just jump from school to school. I need 1 year. So I convinced my parents to give me the opportunity to take 1 year off. And in the summer between when I graduated high school and when I joined the competition Project Lotus, I actually went to India to do some dance training, and then I stayed in Hong Kong and worked on my art, went to dance classes, went to singing shows. I would stay up till 2, 3 in the morning working on songwriting, listening to different types of music. So there was an experience we had to go on live television and announce something for a Christmas parade. Nobody else around me wanted to do it, so I said, okay, leadership skills, here we go, let's do it. I said what I needed to say, and even I made mistakes or stumbled upon words, I embraced it, I paced myself, and it really helped me improve that skill. My friends and family have always been supportive of me and my dreams growing up, but when they found out that I was the winner of the competition, they all went insane. They went crazy. I had friends and family come to the finale show for the Project Lotus competition. It was the 29th of November 2010. I remember that night exactly. I have video of it.
For India! Alisha!
It was amazing. My family members, my 2 little cousins, they found pictures of me online, and what they did was they printed my face and they were like waving the signs around. My cousins made a big sign saying, "We love you, Alisha." My mom and dad brought flowers. My sister was there. My sister, even though she's my older sister, I think she felt extremely proud of me. The experience taught me to be very focused and very disciplined with my time management skills. And in the competition, we would have a very strict schedule in the sense we wake up, we have fitness class, singing class, dancing class. And then the teams every week would change. So it really like brushed up my teamwork skills, taught me to work with different people, personalities, especially since the girls were from different countries and cultures. After the group was formed and we were called Blush, we went straight into the recording studio. We started working on music just to kind of figure out what our sound was because all 5 girls were from different countries. So I was representing India, then there was a Chinese girl, a Filipino, a Korean, and a Japanese. And we all came from different parts of the world. We all have different backgrounds and we were strangers. So essentially we wanted to have that time to bond together, to figure out who we are as a group, musically, and personally as well. And then our first big show was actually performing at the Rugby Sevens here in Hong Kong. We sang, and it was an amazing experience. We had tons of backup dancers. Then we also opened up for Justin Bieber in Hong Kong. And that was crazy because you have all these girl fans screaming for Justin Bieber. And we were all about girl power. So when we made them scream for us and feel happy and enthusiastic, we felt really proud of ourselves. And then, Blush, we took our adventures from Hong Kong and we all moved to Los Angeles. And it all started there. We performed on So You Think You Can Dance. We went on Fox TV. We've performed and recorded with Disney, also Netflix. So it's been an amazing and crazy experience. The entire Blush experience was around 5 years. And in those 5 years, we did tons of things. We went on tons of tours, traveled all around the world. There were places I thought I would never be able to afford to go to. One of them was like we went to Cannes, we went to France. We got to go to a perfume factory. It was really cool. We got to see how perfumes get made. But I guess one of the biggest memories and blessings I was granted with this experience was going to the Grammy Awards. The Grammy Awards always runs around my birthday, and I used to tell my parents, like, why is it never on my birthday? And luckily, on my milestone birthday, my 21st birthday in the US, our group Blush got to go to the Grammy Awards, not just as participants or spectators, but we actually got to walk the red carpet with Quincy Jones, who's this amazing legendary producer. He's mentored Michael Jackson. He's a world-known producer, and we got to walk the red carpet with him. And it was very bittersweet though for me because my grandfather had passed away the day before. So having this experience really taught me to live in the moment and kind of separate, personal issues and business. Yeah, I definitely felt homesick for sure. There were times when we were on tour and I just had moments where I missed my parents, I missed my family, I missed my friends, and I miss home. Being the youngest in the group and hearing about the other girls' college experiences actually made me want to kind of be in college to have campus life, go to college parties, meet different people from all over the world, and kind of have a sense of being part of a community. Like I would see when I was on tour and, it was so fun and exciting and full of energy. But there were moments where I looked online to, when I kept in touch with friends and I would see them either going to sports games in college or having some sort of, they would use the mascot of their college and have like a party or something like a bonding, a function or event. And I was kind of wishing I was part of a community. It made me kind of want to join school again, be a student. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Now we're going to move on to phase 2, development of personal knowledge into professional knowledge, representing who I currently am. Joseph Luft and Harry Ingram developed the Johari window in the 1950s. Using their names Joseph and Harry, the Johari window was born. It has 4 parts: open self, blind self, hidden self, and unknown self. The open self window showcases factors known to others and myself. Let's take a look and explore. My friends, family, and peers all know I am a very passionate person. When there is something I must do, whether it is an assignment, a personal errand, or even performing for a show, I always give my 100% heart and soul. I also consider myself very determined. Whether I have a tight deadline or a goal requiring a lot of hard work and patience, I always try to find ways to push myself to reach and possibly pass my limits to grow stronger. Lastly, everyone knows I can be a perfectionist. I always polish and ensure that the quality of my work, whether it be preparing a meal, creating a PowerPoint for class, or choreographing a dance project, I continuously aim to improve and clean my work to perfection. The blind self window signifies factors that are known to others but not to myself. Now, let's take a look at what some of my family, friends, and peers, both from personal and professional relationships, have to say about me.
I've known Alisha through dance. She's passionate, she's caring, and devoted to what she does.
Alisha is heart-centered, dynamic, and intelligent.
Alisha is sensitive, adventurous, and persistent.
Kind, sensitive, hard worker.
Alisha is playful, stylish.
Alisha is selfless.
Alisha is compassionate, emotional, and unique.
Alisha is talented, determined, and hardworking.
Wild, creative, smart.
Alisha is hardworking, ninja stealth, and lovable.
Alisha, pure, loyal, and down to earth.
Alisha is generous, smart, and compassionate.
Her personality tells you a lot about her confidence, about her ambitions, and how caring she is for everyone around her.
Proactive, dependable, and compassionate.
Smart, talented, and giving.
Brilliant. Alisha Budhrani is confident. And Alisha Budhrani is energetic.
Tenacious, ambitious, talented.
She is caring, thoughtful, and overall genuine.
She is charismatic, affectionate, and vivacious.
The hidden self window represents factors not known to others but known to myself. Some of the factors about me that isn't known to others is that I am very fearful, nervous, and find it difficult to trust others. Due to many negative experiences in my school life, previous jobs, and even personal relationships, I have a lot of doubt and fear instilled in me. Therefore, there are times where when I'm working in a group or a team, I'm really unable to fully trust my teammates. So I end up shutting them out, which eventually pressurizes me to take on a heavier workload, causing a major hiccup in my stress and time management. And lastly, the unknown self window shows factors that neither others or I know about myself. I think that being self-taught in many aspects is something I didn't know about myself, nor do others. I can be observant and pick up on things without realizing. Also, I can be very insecure, which causes me to become a slight pantomath, which is basically a person who needs and wants to know everything. I believe due to my trust issues, there are times where I feel that without knowing all pieces of information or knowledge, I become paralyzed or frozen and I am unable to move on or work. Although all the windows hold different weights and vary in size, the Johari window has been a great technique and tool for me to develop my personal and professional identity. I'm now able to understand all perspectives and can formulate an appropriate action plan in order to make positive and constructive transformation needed for my professional identity and development. Using the Chartered Institute of Marketing's value framework, the behaviors I have identified for development are creativity, responsibility, and collaboration. Our final stage is Phase 3, transformation into professional knowledge, practical wisdom, which signifies who I want to be. Before we explore this, let me explain to you some of the results of my personality and learning styles test results. The VARK, short form for visual, auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic, is a model that helps identify one's learning style. When I carried out the questionnaire and test online, my score was highest in kinesthetic. This is understandable as throughout my professional and personal experiences in life, I have always been more accustomed to learning through doing, which is reflected in my choice of dance, singing, and performing. Being a performer has really reflected this, and I am able to identify this learning style as my most productive in situations such as cooking, learning to drive, or a new physical skill. Another approach is a personality type test, which is based off the theory by Carl Jung and Isabel Briggs that states there are 16 set personality types which describe who we are and why we handle or deal with things the way we do. My results stated that I was a commander. A commander, according to 16personalities.com, states that commanders are bold, imaginative, and strong-willed leaders, always finding a way or making one. My mind is highly extroverted, indicating I enjoy group activities and gain a lot of motivation and enthusiasm from social interaction. My energy dominates in being intuitive, implying I utilize my imagination a lot and can be very open-minded and curious. The nature of my personality is fairly equal and balanced between thinking and feeling, and I do believe this is a representation of me these days, as I try my best not only to make decisions with my emotions, but to be practical. Personality-wise, I am more judgmental, implying I am highly organized in my personal and professional work. I tend to structure and plan more than go with the flow, because I need substantial knowledge in what will happen and how it will happen. Lastly, my personality type of being a commander, ENTJ. My identity is highly turbulent, which means I am a very self-conscious and sensitive to stress person. As we reflected in the Johari window of unknown and hidden self, I can be insecure and easily influenced by my emotions, which can consequently affect me as a team player and alter my stress and time management skills. However, being turbulent has its positives in the sense that we are very driven to succeed and want to constantly improve and ask questions to become ideal perfectionists. With all these pieces of information, in order to have a successful action plan implemented into my transformation phase of my professional identity, I will apply the Gibbs Reflective Practice 1988, which is a development itself from Kolb's model 1984. It follows the concept of learning by doing, which is a very appropriate and relevant model for me as I am a strong kinesthetic learner. Gibbs' reflective cycle covers 6 steps which will aid and provide guidance to me for my future decisions and how I can think or take action for a better and more improved experience. Using one of my past experiences, let's see how the Gibbs theory could help me implement my action plan for my professional development. Description: what happened? As you can see, we were in the recording studio preparing for a show and learning a brand new song. Feelings: what were you thinking and feeling? At this point, I was very nervous and unsure if I was going to do well. I kept overthinking about the mood and the style and the meaning of the song and tried my best to embody feelings so that when I had these feelings in rehearsal, I could also bring them to stage. Evaluation: what was good and bad about the experience? The good thing about this experience is that I had support from my girls, and it was just rehearsals, so I could make as many mistakes as I needed to. However, the bad parts of this experience is that we were under a lot of pressure and time restrictions were tight, so we had to make sure we get all our harmonies correct. Analysis: what else could you make of the situation? I tried my best to shift my mind to be more positive. Although this experience in the recording studio was very challenging, I realized it was an amazing experience that would help me better my skills. Conclusion: what else could you have done? What else I could have done in this situation is to try my best to prepare beforehand and not to allow stress to affect my productivity so I do not become paralyzed in the recording studio. Action plan: if it rose again, what would you do? I think if this situation happened again, I would try my best to live in the moment, not panic and get nervous, and I'll try my best to embrace the difficulty in the situation, realizing that teamwork is essential. And there you have it. Thank you for watching my video reflection on applying critical reflective practice. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!